now another 2 hours. Bring them there and would bring us maybe should do it just for 1 hour for now. And continue. And now estimated distance would be 30 miles. Maybe I should do some hydrophone check now. Let's do it. Let's do the hydrophone check.
Halbe Fahrt voraus.
And see.
Tauchen auf
Or
35
listen if we can hear anything. They should be in range by now. If the reports of the other German submarine were all right. Let's see. But I'm very curious what kind of ship that might be. Going with 11 knots. Single steamer going with 11 knots. That's pretty weird. Pretty unusual. Let's see if we find out. By the way, let's save at that point. And now you see that little arrow up, which means that Mr. Hinrich, our radio man, has sneakily continued to gain experience from all the radioing that he does. And we can give him a leveling up. So he's level 5 now, and he can get some additional skill. So we have him as a medical coordinator. We have him good at propeller recognition. We have him as a paramedic, and now sensitive hearing or radio usage practice. Maybe I would prefer to have him send messages faster. I think in the future this will be an important skill. Yeah, let's do that.
Aktuelle Tiefe 5 Meter.
Very good. So we are going down. Are going down. Ballast tanks are flooded already.
25 Meter.
Depth steers is manned. There we are. Okay, the captain was on lookout, and right now he's doing navigation. It's always necessary now and then. One of the officers has to care for the navigation.
35 Meter.
That we don't get lost. Engine is
Peilung 60 Grad.
Okay. So there is something at 60 degrees. No, 60 degrees. That's be there. Now, any more information?
Ich erwarte Ihre Befehle.
Wow, that's pretty close. 5 to 10 miles.
35 Meter.
5, 6, 7. So pretty much looks like they're there. How did I call that? Contact 05. I did. I don't know. Let's assume if this is that this is our contact right now. Yeah, not too bad actually. A little bit of deviation. And yeah, this is wonderful. So all the information that you get, it's never 100% precise, but there is deviation. So the other submarines are also not perfect in determining the course of their targets. And this is really the first game where I feel this being implemented. So kind of, yeah, making it feel really real. Hi to everybody, by the way, watching the stream. I'm very glad to have you in. And yeah, just watch if you like. But if you just like to give me some comments, having a little chat in the chat would be fine, would be making me even more happy. Or even give me a follow, that would be fine. But don't feel pushed. You could just watch anonymously. And that's perfectly fine. Hi. You're fine. So I'm playing this in maximum difficulty level. And right now I'm about to listen. I went to 50 meters, turning off the engines, and now I'm just listening and found out that the target we were going for is roughly around here. So at that maximum difficulty level, no signal, no contact is marked on the map, but you just have to mark it by yourself based on the reports of your crew or your own observation. I had the report of another submarine that there was a steamer around here with this course and 11 knots, which is quite extraordinary. And so I went from down here to intercept it, and yeah, you see it's a little bit of an uncertainty, but I might be pretty successful in the interception. Ship propeller 59. Yeah, of course, it's moving that way down. The standard routine for the hydrophone check is staying down 5 minutes, listening. So let's complete these 5 minutes just in case that there is some other contact around, which we did miss up to now.
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr Kaloin?
So, these are the officers' bunks, 4 of them in this little boat that we have here. Mr. Zetsche and Mr. Slocum, the captain, they're having off watch time. Yeah, and here there are a few guys at the engines. Electric engines, that's the electric compressors to provide us with compressed air, which we need to blow the tanks, and the diesel engines.
Tanks anblasen.
Oh, somebody is gonna, here Mr. Henrich is gonna open the valves so that now compressed air is pushed into valve tanks. You see it here, compressed air is going down. And this is the galley, the mess.
15 Meter.
And that's pretty funny, this little submarine that you have at the beginning of the game since the update.
Auf
This
Dieselmotoren
is
wechseln.
just in the same
Herr
location,
Kaloin,
like
wir sind
Command
aufgetaucht.
Center. Yeah. So now that we are on the surface, these two guys can go to off-watch. Just what we do here. To the engines, nice. Helmsman and Mr. Lambrecht, Rosen. This is the crew.
Betrachten Sie es als erledigt, Herr
And yeah, the off-watch gear. So in total we have in total 14 crewmates. I subdivided them into 4 watch groups, so 2 watch groups of 5 each and 1 of 4. That means like when one group of 5 is on watch, there are 9 others who are on off watch. The torpedo tubes in this little boat, it's just 3 of them, and we only have 5 torpedoes in total. And This is extraordinary. I think all the submarine simulations that we had in the past were just one type of submarine. Now these guys here, this little studio, they have implemented more. So that's really great. It's wonderful to see what a small studio could actually do. By the way, Mr. Hinrich radio listening station is of no use when you are on the surface. Targeting computer. The hedge and get up into the night. Completely dark. Let's see how much you could turn on. No. Turn on the flashlight. Let's go back down. Completely dark out there. In the middle of the night, close the hedge behind us. Get further down and so thank you for the little tour. Mr. Carver is our chief engineer, so we can get back to his part. No, shouldn't. We still have plenty of food. That's very good. In the galley and still a lot of food in the storage. And here what we need, what you really always should have with you is med kits to care for wounded crewmates, and what you actually need always is have some spare parts and spare repair leakage and things like that. So, back at the surface, somebody probably has turned on the air compressor. Yeah, so let's make sure that we always are back to full air. No. Let's go like
Kurs auf
that.
diese Koordinaten setzen.
I would estimate them to have that course. Let's stick to that assumption that the course is alright. And yeah, they said they are not too far away from the estimated course, so the 11 knots might be alright. So after 1 hour they would be there. And if I would continue with maximum speed, let's do that. Mr. Thatcher, sorry, but
Hilfe setzen.
I need you
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
at the engines, although it's your off watch. Go to
Äußerste
full
Kraft
speed.
voraus.
And where do we end up after 1 hour? There. Okay,
Kurs auf diese
so
Koordinaten
let's do
setzen.
it like that. And see if we can cut off their way. By now it's 3 o'clock in the night or in the morning, and it would be pretty nice if I could do this as an early morning approach. So in the deep depth of the night with no moon, an attack would be pretty pointless. Still, I'm very curious what kind of weird ship that is. It's pretty unusual to have a ship go in with 11 knots. With cruise speed of 11 knots. Let's save at that point, just in case that we do something stupid. I usually don't reload when I launch an unsuccessful attack. I really it like it comes. So if I fire 3 torpedoes and they all miss, it's not like that I do reload. Just taking it as the real life result and live with it. Now, shall we do a little bit of time acceleration? So they are there and they should be there. What would be the distance then? 2 miles. We are gonna get pretty close probably. But still 4 o'clock, it's still completely dark.
Kurs setzen.
Now they should be there. Shall we do another hydrophone check? Yeah, let's do that.
Tauchen auf 35 Meter. Horchraum besetzen.
Completely dark still. So we can send 2 guys to the rest. Have 1 additional guy at the listening station. Yeah, you see all the crew has been running to the front compartment. Well, at least all the off-watch crew. Guys at the watch are actually attending to the systems, the helmsmen, 2 depth steers. Yeah, the galley actually.
Aktuelle Tiefe 5
Auf
Meter.
E-Motoren wechseln.
Tanker, 225 Grad.
Alarm! Auf Gefechtsstation!
Los geht's, Männer. Lasst uns einige Schiffe versenken.
Wow,
Ich bin auf alles
Tanker.
gefasst.
Ich bin auf alles gefasst.
25 Meter.
So visual contact at 2, 2, 3, which means that's minus 137, right? That's our course, minus
40 Meter.
137. Must be there. I don't get any distance. But for now, we don't need to be on alarm.
Alarm
Okay, the
beenden.
tanker seems to be a fast mover.
Aktuelle Tiefe 55 Meter.
Herr Kapitän?
2 to 5 miles. Wow, that's close.
50 Meter.
That's really close. One, 2, 3, something. So the guess is that they are roughly around there. What was it? 05?
Aktuelle Tiefe 55 Meter.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's still in the middle of the night. But if it is a lone tanker, I really don't need to sink it by force. The only thing is that my crew doesn't gain any much of an experience when I just sink them by scuttling them. Two to 4, yeah, of course, they are closing in. They are closing in. Let's see if we do a little bit of time acceleration. Does it mean 2, 6. Something. Not much of a change. Yeah, they are
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten
closing
setzen.
in pretty straight.
Tanks anblasen.
And there we go back to the surface. But I'm really not sure if I want to. Maybe I would like to go to Periscope depth for now.
40 Meter.
So now you really have to take care that you don't overshoot. So maybe it's good to stop.
Tauchen auf 20 Meter.
Stop it here.
20 Meter.
Halbe Fahrt voraus.
Okay, so you see, there was really some overshooting.
10 Meter.
Auf Seerohrtiefe.
That was a good thing to do. You were really overshooting severely. So if I would have gone to Periscope depth straight away, I would have broken the surface. Sure.
Aktuelle Tiefe 25 Meter.
Now let's see what they're gonna do.
Herr Kaloin, wir sind auf Seerohrtiefe. Boot für Rundblick eingesteuert.
And send. At Periscope depth you actually can radio because you can push the antenna through the surface.
Funktelegramm gesendet.
No. Any visual contact?
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Yeah, at that point I should send Mr. Hinrich back to the
Leuchtraum
listening room.
besetzen.
Because we don't see anything. Let's just stay here, turn off the engines,
Kleine Fahrt voraus.
and see if they're coming in. A tanker. Must be quite a big baby. Yeah, we have to remember that we first have to make sure that it is actually a British tanker. That's the only kind of ships that we are allowed to sink right now. 290. Would be something like 70, right? Distance.
Ja?
Estimated distance. Well, no, it's visibility.
Herr Kaloin,
I can't. It's so dark. Okay, let me see. Let's at least turn on the red light. So maybe
Auf
this
Rotlicht
would
wechseln.
increase the visibility a little bit. And like always, somebody is gonna get there. You do not just instantly turn on or off a system, but it only is like you give the order and some of the crew actually has to do it. Yeah, okay, so now at least I can read the angle. So it must be somewhere here, wouldn't it? Must be something like 3. must be somewhere there. $190, they say. There it is, coming in pretty close, actually. I'm really thinking about torpedoing it. It might even be getting too close. Let's save the game at that point. They are coming in. Let's see if we can figure out what kind of tanker it actually is. Wow. I have no idea right now. Velocity 11, it was said. Angle on bow. It's pretty steep. I think we're pretty far ahead of him, something like that. We still don't have an information of their nationality. There seems to be a chimney in the back. So it could be this one. It could also be this one. This has a slim chimney, and this has a not so slim chimney, so probably more that one. This one has something on the quarterdeck, not this one. So I'm relatively sure that we are talking about that one. Can we estimate the distance somehow? Let's see, roughly. Something like that, right? Yeah, maybe 3 miles. Something like 3 miles. Now, if I'm really gonna torpedo him, I should have somebody at the targeting computer. Maybe I would like to have Captain.
Endlich ein paar Stunden Pause.
Zeit für eine
I
Auszeit.
want to have the captain at the attack periscope and Mr. Lamprecht, the bosun, at the torpedo calculator. So shit. I have to align everything anew, probably. The light is alright. Is there something? position 297. Ah, yes, okay. There it is. There it is. And it's getting closer and closer. Well, let's try and measure the velocity actually. Yes, 11 knots. And what about the distance? What about the distance? Like that. 2.8. An angle on bows, something like 45 degrees, I would say. And it is getting closer and closer. Let's have Mr. Grade at the
Natürlich, Herr Kapitän.
depth steers to to assist the crew in keeping a good stable depth. Distance. Maybe 1.5 mile. Mile. $310. So it's 50. And 1 mile, 1.5 mile. So guess them to be there. 05. So if I extrapolate the course, it will pass within less than a mile. That's good. I'm still not sure about the nationality, so it might still be that I have to cancel all that. Come on, it pretty much looks like the Union Jack up there, right? Okay, almost 1 mile now. Maybe I could increase my speed a little bit.
Kleine Fahrt voraus.
Kleine Fahrt.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Bestätige.
Does it mean if I have assigned additional sailors there? I don't know. Yeah, pretty sure that I chose the correct ship.
Wenn sich die Sonne neiget, der feuchte Nebel steiget. Mein Tagwerk ist getan, mein Tagwerk ist getan.
There is a poet in the crew, obviously. Less than 1 mile now. The angle on bow, yeah, looks reasonable. Looks reasonable. Shall I? Let's save.
Meine Schwester mag keine Petersilie. Jedes Mal, wenn unsere Mutter Suppe mit Petersilie macht, zieht sie komische Grimassen.
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren.
Zu sehen, aber
Geschwindigkeit 1. Knoten. Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Lage 7. 9. Bug rechts. Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Entfernung 1, 5, 6 Meter. Winkel 8, 3, rechts. Rohr 1, bewässern.
Okay, so I do only have 2
Rohr
torpedoes
1
left,
bewässert.
obviously.
Los! Rohr 2, bewässern. Rohr 2, bewässert. Los!
Right, let's see. Let's see. What? Come on, where's the target?
Der Torpedo ist auf halbem Weg.
There they are. Pretty dark, so I can't tell anything about the torpedo.
40 Sekunden bis Torpedo-Einschlag.
Let's see if we wow.
Feuer anlegen. Schwere Schäden.
It's British, isn't it?
40 Sekunden bis Torpedo-Einschlag.
Yeah, the torpedo. Do I get another hit? Yes. I'm not quite sure. This is the second torpedo hit. Or just everything is exploding. Got it. That was smooth, wasn't it?